these practices, these times, and this effort to move through the tumultuous nature of where we live in a way that is transformative and healthy and you know in accordance with life itself. I think the better.
Yeah, holding the behaviors and attitudes and beliefs that are not okay for us with a loving and compassionate refusal is really a way to keep ourselves out of those same things that we don't really like.
Mhm. Yes, this morning we were having that conversation about how all of the things belong and how where people are is where they are, and it's very difficult when you have a differing point of view for every person who has a differing point of view, like across the board. So how do we hold that and continue moving forward with open hearts and curiosity and the ability to not be adding fuel to the fires that we are witnessing everywhere.
And there's something to be said for someone who is in an attitude or belief or behavior pattern that appears negative to us. That may be their path to breakthrough.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting it so wrong that there's some sort of break or a tension point that occurs that wouldn't happen otherwise.
Right. So I was just playing around this morning in my Zentangle world, and I started making some faces. Can you see that little face? So there's one. So these are all single line drawings that we're going to use the same kind of prompt that we did. There's another little face. See how they're all like, it's one line and they all just come out a little different. I forgot to put a neck on this one. And here's the other one. You see that little face? So they're not, these are not perfectly formed faces. We are using line back and forth. And I think the best way to do it is to keep a single line. You can also break the line if you want to, but there's something that just really helps meet those places in ourselves where we get a little bound up of how things should be, should look. And if you're feeling okay about, meeting yourself at that edge, the single line really works well. But if that brings too much like aversion and you want to pick your pen or your pencil up or whatever, you're certainly welcome to do that. But that's what we're going to do today is draw 3 little scribbly faced shapes and give them an opportunity to start having a conversation with themselves and with us. Maybe there are multiple perspectives that, oh, look at you. Oh my gosh. I love this person.
Do you like me?
Can you guys see what he did? I think he's just making a little box for himself right now.
Yeah.
This is good. This is
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
This is creativity in action right here. Creative problem solving. So we'll explain it the same way we did yesterday. And if you also want to take a moment while you're drawing, you might want to remove your glasses if you choose to do this. Is just feel the areas of your face. Like we'll start with this area, like the under the eye, that little crescent moon shape.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go on to the brow ridge, and then we'll go down the nose. So we'll follow this kind of path. And like maybe everybody wants to do it, even if you have drawn before, just like noticing how the face is if you trace your finger around it. Like there are curves and lines of the face, and that's really all we're working with here is curves and lines. You know, we get all bound up when we think about it, how it should look, and that's a real difficult thing sometimes. But we all have a face, and you know, they all come in different kind of shapes and sizes. But just getting familiar with your own face in that way can be a helpful start.
Hmm.
And then we're just going to use lines and make one on the paper. So it's easy.
Yeah.
Nothing to it.
Thanks, Angel.
Sure. Is everybody ready? Does everybody have their supplies? Okay. No one's saying no. So let's go.
Okay. Do you want me to guide this, Angel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Good job. You ready?
So we're gonna do the features of the face, but we're gonna try to do it without picking up our writing implement.
Mm-hmm. So lots of back and forth is a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
like tracing over your lines again and again. So we'll start oh, you go ahead.
Yeah. So just as an example, I'll do this off to the side. So the last couple of days we've started with the eyebrow ridge and the bridge of the nose, and then we've come back and done the other eyebrow ridge, and then the lower eyelid, and then we've done the tip of the nose, et cetera, et cetera. Today, we're going to try doing that without picking up the pencil.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to pull us out of that ability to bring this defined nuance to each aspect of the face, which is going to help us light up different parts of the brain, increase our neuroplasticity and brain activity in a way that's going to spark something for us. So we'll just start here with that eyebrow ridge. And I'm going to come down to the tip of the nose, the nostril, and then I'm going to have to come back up to the other eyebrow ridge, and then jump into that lower eyelid and maybe the upper eyelid. And then there's really no way out of there except to come out to the side of the face. And maybe as I'm going down, since I know I can't come back, I do a little earlobe. I keep going down around the chin. And while I'm here, I've kind of got to come in here to where the mouth is going to be. And your path can look different than mine. But it's a different way of bringing that face together, because we're not picking up the pencil. So it's stretching what we normally do. And I still need that other side of the nostril. So I'm going to come back down to the tip of the nose, even though I've been there already. Come up the other side, end up at the other eye. And then I might as well go up toward the top of the head and start that hair growth pattern, whatever it might look like. And then make my way back to that other eye. And boy, I could do some eyelashes. You guys know how I love eyelashes for my little faces. And then maybe I'll do a little symbol or bindi in that third eye space, and then come into the other eye and bring in more of those beloved eyelashes for myself. You may be feeling something else. Freckles, earrings. Maybe there's a hat or some other sort of adornment. Going back into the hair space. Freckles would be really hard here, wouldn't they? But we can vary the pressure on our creative implement so that we can bridge some of those spaces. I'm going to give this a shot for myself. Just a nice little line here and then a freckle, another freckle. I'm going to hang out in the nose. Bring that lighter line over. And I'm just kind of wandering around with this lighter line. And I'm going to bring in like that darker line around the mouth on each side. And I'll find my way up to below the eye and bring in that little line under the eye. And I can make my way back up to the hair and start to bring in some more curls. And you may have noticed by now that whatever you were present to at the beginning of the call is a little quieter because your mind is just so engaged in trying to do this weird thing now. So I'm going to come back down to the chin area and bring in the neck to hold everything up here. That was a little weird, Angel.
Yeah.
So how'd everybody like that?
I think we should take some time to unmute now and let people share. I thought
Yeah.
we were gonna do like two and then like finish with the
Yeah,
last one,
yeah.
but that felt like a finisher for me. So I want to check in with everyone else and just see how they're doing.
Okay.
What was that like? So you're welcome to keep going with that one if that feels like the one you want to work with for a couple minutes here, or you can start the practice over again. I don't know how many people would love to hear us go through it one more time. Raise your hand. Okay. Yes, no. How many people do not want to hear us? It's just like, please, no more talking. Ooh, this looks like an alien now. I didn't finish this one yet. I did a couple. So there's one, but I'll show you guys while Keen was talking, I did three. I did this one, which was just like a funny little
That's neat.
being. And then this was the first one that I did.
Oh, nice.
So we'll get a chance to see like all of ours at the end, whoever wants to share, but I just want to really like dismiss any urges to make this look like a real thing. Like it can be
Yeah.
wonky, lumpy, twirly, like whatever it is.
It it's gonna end up looking more like a suggestion of a face, right? Compared to the last 2 days.
Right.
And that's gonna do different things for us um in here.
Yeah. All right. So you want to do one more?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna start again around that eye on the left side. I'm going to start with the lower eyelid this time. Go into the upper eyelid and into the eyebrow ridge, down the bridge of the nose. Get the nostrils defined while I'm here. And come down into the upper lip, the mouth line, the lower lip. And come down into the chin area. Bring the face up, grab that earlobe on the way up to where my other eye is going to be. And then the other eyebrow ridge. I'm going to take the long way around and go over to the other side of the face. Define that earlobe again on the way up. I'm going to get into the hair and just kind of let this be free flowing. Drop into an opportunity to give all of the thoughts and feelings that are present, that I am both aware of and not aware of, a place to live in these little curls. And then I'm going to jump back into that eyebrow ridge, come into the eye, and open the eyes, make that iris, and bring in that little squiggly line for the suggestion of the pupil. I'm going to go back up through the hair area, come back into the other eyebrow ridge to bring in that other iris and that squiggly line again for the pupil. I'm going to come back to the nose and get the left and right side nostril open, and back down into the lips to bring a little opening into the mouth area, that suggestion of the possibility of speech, and make my way over to the ear on each side and just make a little opening for the ear canal. So we've opened up the senses. I'm going to go to the point between the eyebrows, bring in a little symbol for myself, just feels nice. And then I'll add in some eyelashes again. Going up through the hair one more time to get to the other eye. Bring in some eyelashes. Maybe there's some sort of earring. Or other form of adornment. And then I'll bring the neckline in. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to just place a little heart shape for myself in the area of the throat. Just remembering that that energetic throat center is not just about speaking, it's also about listening. Just bring a little bit of heart focus to that area.
We definitely need to get these rainbow colored pencils into 60,000 hands. That can be our mission.
So if you get the opportunity to just pause and just make eye contact with this little face, there may be something brewing, a little bit of communication. But just try to open yourself up to a space of listening. Just be curious and see if any words or phrases come through. And this could be a great time to just start a little free writing exercise. It's kind of a stream of consciousness, writing from the end of the pencil instead of from our conscious awareness, and see what comes out.
So it's a good time to share if you want to share your drawing or your process or what that was like. I see a lot of people want to keep going, and that's okay too.
I was thinking of that idea of the near psychedelic experience, where we get to tune into what we do in the process, like notice the things that are coming up, and they're available to be explored or exploded, or both, or something else entirely. But we tend to see things differently when we're on this wild ride. This can be wildly irritating too, so we welcome comments like that as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's so much inside of us that we don't know because we really haven't had the opportunity to get to know yet. So
Yeah.
I mean, you could even, like, this could be a morning practice. You, like, maybe you do, like, I did for a while. In fact, the one that was used for the, like, the marketing piece that he made for this approach was when I was doing it every day for like a while. I was really just focused on faces. And, you know, like, it can be a spiritual practice making faces.
This is what we hope comes out of these challenges. Like, well, if one day or 2 days or 3 days was this much fun, what would happen if it went on longer?
Right, right. And, you know, what if we continue either on our own or in a group like this to explore the themes that come up in a collective container? Yeah, there's more is what I'll say. There's so much more. Like, this is just the tiptoe into the waters of what's to come. So we'll keep everyone posted about that. Just thank you for joining us for the 3-day challenge. We'll keep you posted about
Yeah.
next opportunities.
And keep in mind that these processes are an opening, so they'll continue to be available. Anytime you go back and add a little more mark making, or just interact with them, sit with them, make eye contact with them, there's another opportunity to go a little further with them. And there's no expiration on that.
Yep. Thanks, Keen.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, everybody.